Right, the exhaust has been blowing on the car for a while now, so I'm just about to get it up on the ramps. And I'm going to take the whole system off, and I'm going to take it to a local motor factors and get a flexi joint and go to a mate's and get it welded in, because it keeps sliding off all the time. It's a complete pain in the ass. So finally get it sorted once and for all. So let's get the car up on the ramps and we'll go from there. Put the section off. As you can see, it is decatted, this car. This section seems fine, so there was no blowing coming at all from this bit. However, the front section is a bit of a mess, to be honest. As you can see, there's a little space down there where it was blown out of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this section to my mate's garage, get it cleaned up a little bit, and just get him to weld. Take these two clamps off, here and here, and just get into weld around the edge here and make it fixed so that this section, the decat's a whole one, and then when I put the cat in again, I'll just be able to put the cat, bolt the cat in this end and slide it into this end, so I'm not actually affecting the exhaust at all. Pop to the motor factors and collect another one of these. It doesn't look too bad, but for the sake of a few quid, it's worth just getting a new one as well. So we'll go and grab one of them. And what I might do is, once this is welded, is I'll undo these two. And there isn't any leak, but what I'll undo and put some exhaust sort of glue in there to make sure it doesn't blow in the future or anything. And that's it for now. Popped into Motor Quip, near to where I live. I noticed that this bolt, I'll show you in a sec, is beginning to look a little bit threaded. So he randomly had one spare bolt that was the same, pretty much the same. So I've taken this, just a couple of quid, just in case this, when I tighten it up, it fails. So I've got a spare one. I'd rather obviously keep the matching pair. And he didn't have one of these in stock. However, looking at further, I'm sure it's going to create a good enough seal with the exhaust. So yeah, there we go. Next stop, next garage to get the exhaust welded. Okay, so I'll do a quick voice over here. So this is Javen, a friend of mine. He runs his own private garage. He's known him for a few years now. Partly first, in fact, I first met him when I bought a Clio 172 Cup off him, which I actually have turned into a track car now, and I'll be doing future content on that video. But yeah, as I said, he's a good friend. He's done loads of Clios. If you've got specifically a 172 or a 182, he's the man to go for your cam belts and clutches and everything. He must have worked on way in excess of 50 cars now. He's a handy chap to know, and yeah, he's comes highly recommended in the Renault Clio world. I'll certainly share his details on the screen as well, so if you need any work done, I can certainly recommend him. He's based in Somerset, and a lot of people from the forums and the Facebook page specifically come a long way to utilise his work, because he's, as I said, highly recommended and very competitive prices. But yeah, as you can see here, he's just finishing off the welding for me, and he did a great job, and he did it free for me, which is fantastic, because I just sorted out those set of wheels that you saw in episode 1 for him, so he's just returning the favour, so that was great. All welded up, sealed. You can see. tidy job. Sealed all the way around. So we shone a light through it to make sure that there was no light coming through. But yeah, that should finally stop all the blowing. So what I'll do now is loosen it off a bit, give it a bit of a clean down with a wire brush, and then yeah, stick some Hammerite paint on it just to freshen it up a little bit before putting it back on the car. So I should just say while spraying this is that obviously it's only a temporary measure. I'd like to get it sort of silver Hammerite. I mean, you can just look at my painting environment, it's not great, but I think long term it'd be good to, as I said, get Hammerite hammered finish, which is a bit more durable and lasts a bit longer. But for now, as I've got a can line around, it's just worth dolling it up a little bit, just make it look a little bit better. Not that many people will be seeing it underneath the car anyway, but as I said, if you've got the paint there, why not use it? Right, last little job I can do tonight really, because it's dark and while the paint's drying on the exhaust. So might as well refit this. I just pushed it back into shape. As you can see, it's in good order now. It should work without any problems. The face of that's nice and clean. It's going to be so good having an exhaust which isn't blowing, because as I said, it's been blowing for such a long time now and it's not been something I've fixed, which I kind of wish I'd got on with and sorted. But because the car only comes out and does maybe 100 or 200 miles a year, when I take it out, it annoys me, and then when I put it away, I forget to do it. So it's been great to start this channel and sort little issues like this along the way. So yeah, tomorrow I'm really looking forward to having a car that doesn't blow out the decap. But there we go. All right, let's put that back on. Took some bit of play in the end, bit of fiddling, but there it is, nice and snug. Another job done. So I realised at the end of episode 1, which is an episode where I had the wheels refurbished, is that I didn't actually show any footage of the wheels on the car in the daylight. So I just thought I'd add this into episode 3 so you can get a good look at what they look like. I think they've come out absolutely brilliant. I also mentioned in that episode that I was looking to change the centre caps to the OEM ones, which are just Ford rather than Ford Racing. So a forum member and someone else is going to be at the NEC show, which I've mentioned, has posted me some Ford cap ones, which is like the OEM ones, as well as a replacement Ford Racing, as you can see there. So yeah, what I'll probably look to do is put the Ford Racing badge on for now, and then in the long run perhaps look to change them back to the Ford. And finally, yeah, just thanks to Alan. Thanks for posting them to me for free, much appreciated. The Racing Puma Owners Club is a tight-knit group, and they're all very generous. So thanks very much for that, mate. I'll be sure to get you a pint when I see you at the NEC Classic Car Show next week. Right, so I just took the car out after As you saw in the time lapse, fitting the exhaust, and finally no blow. It sounds so much better. The overrun, the crackle and the pop sounds much better as well, much crisper. Yeah, really vastly improved, so really happy with that. And that turned out. It was a bit of a nightmare getting the bolts on, as you probably saw in the time lapse, but another job done, and as I said, really happy with that. So when I went out, obviously, as I think I've mentioned before, I had the discs and rotors, sorry, the pads and disc change. I hadn't actually taken the car out since I fitted them. So I did a little quick bedding in process, just from 60 mile an hour down to 10 mile an hour, somewhere between 8 and 10 times as it advised online. They feel wonderful, they feel really tight. The pedal's a little bit spongy, which will make me think that perhaps there's a little bit of air in it, so I'll probably re-bleed the brakes at some point, try and get the air out and make the pedal a little bit firmer. But yeah, with the wheels being balanced up and the brand new discs on there, it brakes so well, and it's great to get it back out again and it be driving like a new car really. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Another couple of more jobs done there, ready for the NEC. Last thing of note is just redoing up the wheel nuts back up to 110 Newton meters after taking it out and bedding in the brakes.